No. Good morning, fam. Good morning. Good morning. It's Coach Shelly M here with Words Alive. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a True Man production. And again, I'm your host, Shelly M. Today, we got True Man himself coming from behind the scenes to the mic. It's about to be on, y'all. But before we get started, I just want to remind you, please like, share, repost, and subscribe. Again, I want to remind some, I want to say to others for the first time what Words of Life is really about. It's geared towards self-motivation and empowerment. It's all about identity. We believe that your words spoken aloud, as well as in the privacy of your heart and in your mind, they truly determine not only the quality of your world, but who you are and how you show up in it. Fam, the world was created with words. And we have that same power, that same responsibility. So you want to change your life, change your words. So let's get into it. Today we're talking about the stand. Okay. And so with the stand, what we're referring to is those situations, those circumstances, those interactions, conversations, and even invitations that at the end of the day boil down to you having to take a position, let your position be known, and then release from your mouth, I'm not him, I'm not her. And sometimes you even got to say, who you talking to? So without further ado, I want to bring True Man to the stage. True Man, welcome, welcome, welcome. Brother True Man, he running to the stage, y'all. He running to the stage. He running to the stage, y'all. This is what I got to be bothered with, y'all. This is what I got to be bothered with. This brother True Man right here, this is my producer, the one who has encouraged me, who has just been a blessing to me in bringing my passion to the stage. And so we got True Man here. And so what happened was a couple of weeks ago, me and True Man was having a conversation.
Yes, we were.
Yes, we were. We were having a conversation in the hallway, and it got so deep that before we knew it, we were standing there maybe 20, 25 minutes just talking. And I didn't even realize how much time had gone by until afterwards, and he didn't know this. A couple people came up to me and said, what was y'all talking about?
Oh, really?
Yeah. They said, what was y'all talking about? I mean, y'all was all in it. You was laughing. You was doing the matrix, going all back. Because it was deep, y'all. And what happened was we were basically talking about some of the things that we have encountered in relationships to where you had to say, whether aloud or to yourself, yo, I'm not him or I'm not her. And so from that conversation, this podcast was born. This topic on this podcast today was born.
And I got something that I've been bleeping. Hold on.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Here we go.
See, I like to surprise you with something.
Here we go. Here we go, y'all.
I'm not her. I'm not him.
I'm not him. Talking about him, because obviously I'm a female. And then for me, I'm not her. What you got?
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You sure?
Come on, True Man. He bringing out the hammer, y'all.
It's a reason why I got the hammer.
Why you got the hammer?
Sometimes we gotta smash stuff.
Okay.
But you know, if you hit it, if I take your phone and I hit it,
yeah,
I can still work it.
Right.
But when I say I'm not him, and you say you're not her, sometimes that person gotta smash that him and her in their life. Because you can't put it back together.
See, now we're getting into this conversation. So that's what I'm talking about. So when we say or have to say, I'm not him and I'm not her, whether it be in intimate relationships with significant others, with peers, family members, in the workplace. And sometimes you have to say, I'm not him and I'm not her to yourself to regroup and then go and take that stand against others. So, and having this good old hammer.
The hammer. I got another piece of tool for you too.
Okay, so talking about this hammer and having to smash some perspectives, some ideas, some past experiences so that you can move on. What is a scenario, a circumstance, a situation that you can share, okay, that you can share without, being offensive? We're not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but these are real topics. These are real things. And sometimes you got to know when you need to cut the grace and mercy off, take a stand based on who you are, and let it be known, I'm not him and I'm not her.
Yep. So we know in life, there are a couple of issues where we got to set boundaries.
Absolutely.
One of them is a relationship.
Yeah.
We have all, if you had a girlfriend or boyfriend, but as you got older and you really understood what a relationship was, you had to really realize to say in that relationship, hey, that ain't me. That ain't me. Classic example. Most people will say, well, let's just use it from male perspective.
Okay.
That young lady is say, you know what? I don't like the way I was in my past relationship. We yelled all the time at each other. Okay. That was our communication.
Yeah.
Okay, you say, all right. So you take that into consideration.
Right.
And then when you're talking, you're sitting there, you're doing what you're doing, and you may not agree on something, then she starts to yell. You're not raising your voice. Yeah. But because y'all not agreeing.
Right.
And I got to yell first because I know he going to yell. And you got to say, hello.
But that's not me.
That ain't me. Hey, yo. I ain't the one.
That's not me.
I ain't him.
Yeah.
And they have to tune in and say, because that's me.
Yeah.
If we're going to go to yelling, you had to push me to that limit to get to the yelling point.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going to be like, I'm good for walking away.
Right.
And some people don't like that.
That's right.
But in this scenario, I got to tell you, calm down. You having flashbacks. That's not me.
Wow. So you looking at me,
but you're seeing him.
But you see that part, but you're seeing him. And so that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that can occur in a new relationship where you're still trying to get to know each other and you looking at one another. But like you said, your response and your reaction is not for this moment. It's not for this person. It got everything to do with your experiences from yesterday. At the same time, for me, I am one that has had long-term relationships. Like I've been married 30 years. So I like stability. Thank you, Jesus, for making sure you gave him
patience. Lord Jesus, thank you. Patience.
Gave him your heart for me. Because if it was his heart with my crazy self, he would have been gone a long time ago.
I only been with her for a short period of time. Patience. And she got much patience with me. Lord knows.
But there are times when in long-term relationships, because you change over time. But when people grow with you, they are privy to your past. And sometimes we can communicate with one another based on the yesterday of that person, not having yet let it go, not having healed from it, because trauma and disappointment is like a gut punch. I mean, it might be some scars, some bruises, but when you get your bounce back, it's not without cost. Something was lost. You know what I'm saying? Something. That's why over time you'll see boxers and even football players. They took the punch, they took the hit, they got up. But over time, you see how it impacted them.
Right.
It wasn't what it looked like. It all was not well when they got up off the ground.
Well, that's what a relationship is. You get punched.
You get punched.
And when you get that haymaker punch, especially the one you didn't see coming. I'm keep it real.
Keep it real.
When the fellas, y'all been together 7, 8, 10 years.
Yes, sir.
And then you come back like, I got Junior on the way.
On the way where?
Right.
What you mean on the way where?
No. Junior who?
Right. What you talking about?
Is that the cousin name? No, I got a shorty coming because I stepped out.
Ooh.
and you've been faithful and loyal.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we end up breaking apart.
Wow.
But you get with the next guy, and every time he has his phone and he leaves the room when he get a phone call,
you think he owns something. You think he owns something because of what you've been through. But what about in that same scenario where Junior coming and y'all work it out?
You work it out, but did you hit it with the hammer?
But that's what I'm saying.
Did you hit it with the hammer?
That's what I'm saying.
Because sometimes I forgive you, but I ain't forget.
But I didn't. So now Junior 11. Okay, a Junior 11 years old.
Okay, we still together.
We still together because we've worked it out. Okay, we still together. But every now and then, I say something that has nothing, because you've been faithful since that time. You have given me no reason to believe you on no foolishness, okay? But every now and then, because I didn't take the time to do my work, to truly heal from my trauma, okay? I suppressed it as opposed to admitting I got a problem with this. And even if it meant taking a little time, whatever that looked like, to heal, truly seek some outside help, go to see a pastor. Go on a retreat, whatever that looks like for you. But if I didn't do that, then every now and then I got something smart to say that has nothing to do with our today, because I haven't let go of the yesterday. And it's in those scenarios sometimes where you as a man, me as a woman, has to say, I'm not him. I'm not her. Now, I understand I used to be. I know
I cleaned up, baby. I cleaned up. You see me the last 11 years. You got my phone, all the codes,
no secrets,
and everything.
But because
you didn't heal.
Because you didn't heal.
So are you doing a disservice to me? Now I know I did you wrong, but these 11 years I opened up.
And wait a minute, not only did you open up, I stayed.
Right.
I stayed.
So
I gave you the impression that I had forgiven you. However, every now and then, because I really haven't, not the way I need to for us to be able to have a healthy, growing relationship, that hurt oozes out. And you have to turn around and say, yo, boo, babe, I'm not him anymore. What can you base your stand, your response, your position on that's current?
Right now, it's twofold. Our spiritual connection ain't strong.
See, now you're going someplace.
See, our spiritual connection is strong.
Yeah.
So for those, now I'm a church boy all my life. Yeah. So
me too.
I'm a PK.
Yeah.
So, preacher's kid.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go there for you.
Yeah.
It's God, man, woman, children.
Okay.
All of it is a link.
Yeah.
I should have got my other chain, but that's okay.
All
is a link.
Yeah.
But if my link to him is weak, then everything else
absolutely
is weak to him. So if you and our link is kind of weak, I'm at the top holding on to him. It's my duty to make sure that you have a strong hold. So in this instance, I need to say, hey, we need to work on some things. We need to get this. I'm being full transparent. But also, I got to say, God, I need you to forgive me for what I did, blah, blah, blah. And I need to pray, Lord, bring us together.
Yeah.
And then, hey, baby, we need to pray once together. We need to have together time. Like we're going to have date time.
Yeah.
We need to have a prayer session time once a week.
Now that's good.
Because I need him to do, because I can't control
You can't do
me.
it. Yeah.
Only God can do this.
Yeah. You can't do it.
So I need him to say,
yeah.
Lord, take care of your daughter, because I can't do it. I screwed up. I'm sorry. I messed up. He like, yeah, you did mess up, but I got it. But if I don't go to him and say nothing to him, he gonna say, okay, you still think you the man. You running things. Wow. I'm gonna let her feel. But I know what the issue. Hey, fellas, we don't know what these women hold on and everything.
Yeah.
And how it affects everybody different.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the trigger may be, because you might not have told me that, hey, my two brothers was out of wedlock.
Right.
And I saw how my mom and dad issue handled it.
What's it connected to?
And you saying, oh, I don't want to be like that. And here you go, boom, you like that. Wow. So instead of me trying to just hit it, I need God to take the hammer.
Yeah.
To break it. But if I don't go to him, and then me and you don't go to collectively together, it won't work.
Wow. And see, that's not only good to know, it's good to hear, because one of my questions to you was going to be, when you recognize that you're in a situation, a relationship with somebody who is unable to truly see you for who you are, you know that they're traumatized. What steps do you take? And like you said, if you're invested in the relationship, then you go into God and say, look, I need your help with this, because I believe that you're the author of this. And I don't want to walk away too soon. I don't want to go ahead of you, but I need your help. How long, if you can even put a time frame to it, how long or what do you need to see for you to stay in that type of situation, even though you know sometimes there's an injustice being done to you because you're being blamed for something or being made to pay for something that you didn't do?
Yeah.
What is a man's perspective on that?
Okay, I'm not your average man.
But I want to hear it.
So if you're going to ask me, fellas, I know this is, some things we do, we cause upon ourselves.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Hey, that's physically. Let's go to the analogy.
Go there.
We up there we boxing and bam. Oh no, everybody. We playing basketball, hooping and everything, but we weren't doing it correctly. We've been on the concrete all our lives. Didn't have the right gym shoes on it. Now that stuff, pain shooting up our back.
Right.
So 30 years later, we going, my back hurting. And we don't know why. But we caused it upon ourselves. So let's bring Junior back in here.
Right.
I caused that. Now let's get to the root issue. Why did I have that relationship with old girl? Did I say to you, hey baby, we got issues. Hey baby, red flag. Baby, you're not talking to me. I'm trying to talk.
Taking some ownership.
You got to. Cause you can't heal nothing if you don't take no, you can't heal nothing.
Yeah.
I can't heal nothing. Because the first thing, you mad at me because I didn't cheated and brought this baby.
Right.
But why did we get there? How did we get there?
Yeah.
It wasn't, not all men are just dogs.
Yeah.
And not all women are that way either.
Right.
Something had to push. If a woman had an affair with somebody, especially at work, you'd be like, how did you do that? Probably 9 out of 10 times, this dude was listening, talking to her at lunch, complimenting her and everything. Because you get up and you ask, but you compliment old girl at work, and you at home you ain't doing the same thing.
That. Wow.
So sometimes we gotta take ownership.
Take ownership.
And when you take ownership, now you say, okay, we established why this happened.
Yeah.
We're going to God to pray. Now, at this point, it's two junctions. For those spiritual people like me, you're going to God.
Mm-hmm.
God, you got it. God, am I released to go?
Ooh.
Who? What we call him? Who? Daddy.
Ooh, I do. Yeah.
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to your own understanding.
Yeah.
In all thy ways, acknowledge him.
And he'll direct your path.
In all
of them, not some, not what's convenient.
So I'm ready to leave.
He say no.
And he gonna tell you, hey, you got to stay here. I forgive you, but you got to stay. You got to stay here.
Yeah.
There's a reason you need to stay.
Wow.
And deep. You don't even see why, but you got to stay. So if we're gonna go biblically, you just that scripture right there.
Right. Alone.
In all his ways, acknowledge him. You got to acknowledge him in everything. So you ask how long you got to stay?
Until he say you got to go. Until he release you. If he do.
Did Jesus have to go on the cross?
He did.
And that was his daddy.
And he said, if why you forsaking me? Okay, but wait a minute. Can you take this cup from me? Oh, okay. Not my will, but yours.
But bro was playing sweats and everything, beating of it.
Right.
And he had to take it. So my thing is, you need to be able to go and speak. And you got to have the relationship to say, I need to go through, I want to change. And you got to listen. Can't always talk.
Yeah.
Me and you can't do this if we talking over each other.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta listen. And he's gonna tell you. So if he ain't said nothing,
then you just stay right there. So look, even though I'm no longer him and no longer her, it may be God ordained for me to be in that situation and just stay there and take it.
Because you're not her. I mean, I'm not him.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to make myself him.
Yeah.
Because I did something. I used to be him. Yeah, I did something.
And I can't determine when somebody else has healed. I can't control their process. So I'm not him and not her. And I'm taking a stand to say that. But even in those uncomfortable situations where my actions, my consistency has to go before me for somebody to let their guard down, sometimes the stand that has to be taken is not just the I ain't him, I ain't her, but no, I ain't him and I ain't her, and I'm just gonna keep showing you.
I got one for you.
I'm gonna be humble with it.
And
wow.
This is one for the women. And you ain't even think about this. What about this? You just like your daddy.
Shut up.
And you know he like, huh?
When he done told you how his daddy is and that he don't want to be nothing like him. But you know how to hurt him. You know how to hurt him, so you say he like his daddy.
Or what if he admired his daddy and all he sees is the good thing that his daddy's done? Daddy hurt you.
Yeah.
I hurt you.
Yeah.
And you gonna turn around and tell you just like your daddy. Junior don't know nothing about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see, we got to realize he like, but he too young to say, I ain't him.
Right. Right.
But I got to say, he ain't me.
Right.
He may look like me, but he not me.
Yeah. But because of
the hurt.
Because of the hurt. And in those situations, not only the hurt, but I don't want to own up to the fact that it was you that hurt me so bad because I'm staying here. And it will make me feel like I'm stupid for staying here if I allowed myself to truly put the blame on you. So instead, what I do, I kiki with you, play like we okay, but I mistreat Junior because I'm projecting my feelings, my hurt, my anger
on Junior. God really got to bless both of us. Ooh, we mess with his seed.
Now we messing with Junior.
We mess with the children.
Yeah.
You know, and that really hurts.
Yeah.
And he's really upset.
He's innocent. And he grows up as this angry individual.
That's gonna hurt somebody else.
It's gonna hurt somebody else.
You told me hurt people what?
They hurt people. They can't do nothing but.
That's all they know.
No matter what it looked like. At the end of the day, hurt people can't do nothing but hurt other people. You can't give what you don't have. And based on what we believe to be true, you can't do what you're not.
True.
Your doing comes out of your being. Your doing comes out of your being. That's what we talk about identity. You being your authentic self.
Do you know who you are?
Do you know who you are? For you to even be able to take the stand, for you to be able to say, I'm not him and I'm not her, but to also be able to stay in that place of consistency when you've messed up and you got to show and prove that you no longer him or her. Can you stay there? Can you stand there? If you like Boyz II Men say, can you stand in the rain? How long can you stand in the rain? Like you brought up, when had it not been for you and your actions, there wouldn't have to be no rain.
We've been in Florida.
See, and I think about that. The conversation we was having had nothing to do with us taking ownership for our mess ups. We was looking at other people and saying, you talking to me based on your past experience and boo thing, man, I knew of me.
I mean, we go get there.
I know.
But a lot of things, even when you talking about, so if I'm doing something, you like, I'm not her.
Yeah.
And I got to sit and go, yeah, you're not her. And I need to clear my mind. That's where I need to go to counseling and prayer, especially marriages that get divorced.
Yeah.
You gotta go. I'll tell you, if you're going to get a divorce, you need to go get counseling. If you know divorce is coming up, start the counseling
now
early.
Yeah.
So once that paper hit and you have the emotions and you have everything coming out, the counselor is right there to help you. And then pray and talk to God. You're going to have to.
And everything that we bring to the table, everything we bring to the mic, to the camera, at the end of the day, without God and a relationship with him,
we messed up.
We cannot successfully, peacefully live this life. It is impossible. You got to have something to believe in that's bigger than yourself. And it can't be the person next to you. They just as jacked up as you are. Literally. We jacked up.
Big time.
You gotta have something that you can say, okay, I'm about to lean, not just on you, and I'm about to lean into you. I can't do this without you.
Okay, so I got something for you.
Oh Lord.
Hey, y'all don't know. I'm one to pop all these questions on her. So if I'm saying, use me.
Okay.
I'm saying something to you and you like, hey, I'm not her.
Uh-huh.
That tells me that there's some traits about you that I got. Ooh. Because you are like her.
It's something that was displayed
that I liked. Mm-hmm. So this is what I call it, my checklist.
So here we go with the checklist.
Everybody got that checklist to say.
Not everybody got a checklist.
Yes, we do. We all got a checklist. Ladies, if you say, I don't want no man shorter than me, that's part of the checklist.
I understand. It's okay. I repent.
So everybody got that checklist. So you fit in the checklist. But then when I start getting closer to you,
you start seeing some stuff.
You see some stuff.
Yeah.
But the good stuff is outweighing what.
Now, see, that's maturity, though. Because nobody's perfect. So that's maturity. It's to be able to say, I definitely see some stuff I don't like. And I may even see some stuff that I said I would never put up with again. However, your 80% outweigh your 20.
But what if that 20 remind you of him?
But so then that's
who's 80% was bad and 20 was
good. It was.
So I got 20% that remind you of him, and you like,
but see, then I got to go deal with me because I left that, and there may be some things that you do that you say that remind me of what I said I don't want to be bothered with, that I ran away from, that I feel like I survived and will never engage in again. However, if I allow myself to heal, I can recognize that trait, but that's not all you. Now, I can also come to you in maturity and say, look, you said A, B, and C that was actually a trigger for me because of what I've been through. Now, I'm not assigning what I'm feeling to you, but because I believe in this, I want to let you know. I want to let you know I'm not holding you responsible. Communication is key, but in order to communicate what you feel, you gotta know yourself enough to recognize what you feel. Where did that come from? If I don't do my work, then when I feel that, I'm not assigning it to nobody else than the person that I'm looking at.
So, if that be the case,
yes, sir.
If you're not assigning it to but me,
if I haven't done my work, yeah, whoever in front of me, you the one gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it.
You gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it.
You gonna get it.
So how long do you feel you have to say, I'm sorry? Because you're putting me through. I've been waiting to ask this question ever since you told me I'm coming on the show. But I didn't even tell you about it. I wrote it down, and I actually wrote it on my phone. And I should go get my phone.
Don't go get your phone. Don't go get your phone.
So I can really hit you with this.
Don't go get your phone.
Because you be hitting everybody with stuff. But y'all finna hit her today.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So
how long?
How long
as a woman do we think you should sit here and have to endure what?
Oh no, how long do you think you should continue to have to say I'm sorry for putting me through what you put me through? Because I ain't him.
Oh. So how long do I think you should actually endure as I go through my process and I have to continuously apologize to you? How long do I think you should endure?
Because I'm doing what I'm doing.
You're doing what you can, and you're doing your part. I would say, and having been that person, and so I can only talk from my experience if I want to be integral. It's all about, what do you believe this is? So in my situation, I was the terrible one. I was terrible. I ran from home to my husband. I did not do my work. We was 21 years old. I grew up in the midst of my marriage. So there were times that my life and my decisions were as if I was single. I put my husband through.
You one of them.
I was.
I'm
not her.
You're not
Hello.
Her. You're not her.
I'm not her.
I'm
not her no more.
But bro,
thank you, Jesus.
Bro, if you listen,
I love you, babe.
I told you I was praying for you. Y'all, she said it at the beginning. I told you,
babe. So I have to say, when I look at his stand, the stand he took in saying, I'm not him, was, I see what you're going through, and I see you're trying. Now, mind you, there was some times that I was not trying, but his relationship with the Lord had him stay not just on his knees, but on his face for the relationship and for me, because he saw who I really was despite how I was acting. And so with that,
that's deep.
Yeah, when I tell you this, man, I have grown to understand and to accept God really loves me because this dude is still here. I know God loved me because he had this man have a love for me to endure all my foolishness, and he's still here. And I ain't gonna say with no residue, but man, it's awesome. Our relationship now is the best it's ever been. And we've been together 30-some years, about 32 years, married for 30. So how long should you stay? I got to go back to what you said. In having a relationship with the Lord, did he tell you could leave? When somebody came to Jesus and said, how many times should I forgive?
7 times every.
And in essence, even though he threw out a calculation, Jesus was our brother, so he was sarcastic like us. So he was like 7 times. No, you just keep forgetting.
Yeah, you just keep that, because you ain't finna keep.
Because see, I would though. You got one more again.
You ain't gonna get that.
It's been 489 times. You got one more again.
You ain't gonna get that.
See, because I'll be keeping tally.
But I think about that. He gave you the number.
He gave you a number.
After the 10th one, and you said I got to keep going to this number.
Yeah.
You're gonna start saying, what are we gonna do to work this out? Because this number too high, and you go get to it.
But what did he say? Because I gotta say, it was my husband's love for me in action, in his stand, that helped me to obtain and grow a relationship with the Lord. His stand is 90% responsible for my current relationship with the Lord. So had he not had that relationship, had he decided he was going to keep the tally, because I was always sorry. Right. Shut up. I was always sorry. But had he done that, I wouldn't be who I am today.
I feel that. I feel that tremendous. I feel that tremendous.
So again, I had an idea when we came up with the topic, but now the conversation has gone in a completely different direction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I bet I won't have you on the show no more.
I'll be back in the studio, in the booth, clicking. But y'all, I do got a camera and a microphone back there.
Yes, you do.
So I will pop up.
Jesus. So what about family? Because I've had some, even to the point where the stand, has caused some disruption, some disconnect in family, because some with family they think you should put up with some stuff. We family, we blood, family stick together. We all we got. Nope, not for me. No, because again, on that I'm not her. We didn't choose each other. The bloodline is what connects us.
Okay, family.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it in a simple terms.
Come on. Especially from a male perspective.
It depends on what you do.
Okay.
Because bros, when we cut you off, 90% of us cut you off. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So when we say with a family member, you got that person that's you love, you down with, full flat tires, you fight people for and everything. Yeah. But when they cross their line or they do something, or they do their own thing, and you've been there for them for everything.
Yeah.
And you be like, yo, I don't know what you're thinking about. This me. This your cuz. Right. I ain't dude on the street. Right. Yeah. Even when you talking to your boy, when I'm talking to my male cuz, hey, this me. Right. I ain't them.
Right.
So you need to check who you're talking to. You need to know who you're talking to. They gonna come and go, blah, blah, blah. But I'm the one that's here. So when you come to family, but then when you get to that point where it's testing you, like you feel like you're not talking to a family member, you're talking to a dude on the street. Yeah. Then I need to treat you like the street.
See, that's why one of my sisters I got, and my sister Nicole, I want to repent because I always say she pick up family everywhere she go. And every time I look around, I got another sister, I got a cousin or whatever. My sister Nicole from Texas. Stop playing. So, but I realize I do the same thing. So we can cancel our appearance on Jerry Springer. We truly are related. I do the same thing.
Okay.
I do the same thing. Because I agree with you. One of my sisters said to me, I believe you was a man in a prior life. And I said, well, why you say that? She said, your mannerisms, your response, the way you move, your mindset, you had to be. Because I think like that. Boo, you done crossed the line. The conversation we having, not just your what, but your how.
The mannerisms.
Ooh, we not having a family conversation.
Right.
We having a corner conversation.
That's right.
And so therefore, I'm going to show up as such.
Right. So since you want to say, and I'm telling you, I'm not him, but that ain't seeming to record. Let me be him for a moment.
I'm about to go ahead and go there for a minute.
Let me go ahead and be there so you'll realize. But then when I realize you making me be out of my character, then I gotta, I don't have to disown you.
Yeah.
But I don't have to be.
See, and that's me. So I'm gonna take. You say act out of your character, so you bring yourself back in. That's part of my character. It's just it's another side of me. See,
you're right. You're right.
I own all of. When I tell you, I really embrace Jesus being our big brother. I own all that he was when he went in the temple and turned them tables by himself.
I'd have been right there with him.
He was the real G though.
Yeah.
He was the real G. I mean, he had no backup. He was by himself and he made it do what it do. I own that. I own being a relative of Peter. I will cut your ear off in a minute.
Yeah, they call me that too.
See, but you see what I'm saying? So it's part of you, but I think sometimes you say, okay, I'm trying not to allow that part of me to rise up.
And family shouldn't bring that up.
And family shouldn't bring,
because they know that.
Yeah, at least they should.
No, they know. But they bring that out of you.
Because they testing, they push it, because we family. And so you shouldn't be treating me like this. Yeah, but my thing is, we family. Why you pushing me?
So I got something, since we on this family tip.
Yes.
What about parents who, you got a sister, so you perfect. I got a sister. Okay. So it's just me and my sister. But you got a sister.
Yeah.
Who gonna say blah 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 blah? You be like, Mom, I'm not Nicole.
So I can honestly, I've never had that type of interaction, because there are some similarities with my sister, but we are like 0 to 60, 95% of the time. And so my parents are very clear.
Okay, well, we can skip over that because I got a sister, y'all. So mine will never do that, and yours is separate. So we can skip it. But for those of y'all who do have that situation
and you end
going
up
on,
catching it because of the other one. Sometimes you got to say, look, don't make me pay for what Johnny did. I am. Right. I ain't her. I'm me. But no, we don't have that. My sister, me, we like this. They be like, yeah, if Shelly did that, Nicole did that. So yeah,
they got a clear understanding.
They got a clear understanding. No confusion.
But you know what? That I'm not her and I'm not him. Another aspect of that is this person may be soft and gentle with this conversation.
Yeah. And
this person may be a little tough.
Yeah.
And both scenarios are right.
Yeah.
You can't say, why don't you be like your sister? Yeah. Like this. And you be like, no, that ain't me. No. Why? Because everybody else know.
Yeah, me.
So they know my sister gonna be like, yeah, okay. And then everybody else know I'm gonna be like,
that ain't her. That ain't her. That's not her. I mean, and so I have to say, so my sister is she's a chemical engineer. She is a 1 in a million. Loved school. Like I say, even to the point where there was a time where there was a threat that she wasn't gonna be able to go because tuition wasn't paid, and she cried like a baby. And this is not. Understand. This is not grammar school. This is college. So she in her 20s crying because she can't go to school. So she thought. For me though, my people knew we just praying that this.
They crying. You get out of high school, huh?
Look, this baby here. To the point where when I was 15, my mother, I thought I was going to work with her. She would go to McDonald's every day. Her usual was a biscuit and some coffee. And so I'm with her in McDonald's this one morning. Little do I know, she got me coming to work with her because she about to give me a job. Okay. So she told people, look, I come in here on the regular. I give y'all my money on the regular. My daughter need a job. Now I'm 15. The legal age was 16.
Right.
That day.
You had a job.
And I was behind the counter. My mama knew this one here, she needs to start doing something now.
We got to hone her in real quick.
Hey, she needs to do something now. She needs to start working now because school for her, not that I wasn't smart, because I could sit down and take classes online and pass with no problem. I just wasn't interested. And if I ain't interested, I ain't gonna do it. Mama knew this one. Mama knew this one here. So I get that. There are some scenarios. There were some times when other family members, would say, well, Nicole is doing this and Shelly doing this. But I also had enough support within my family to where, like, especially my grandfather, he would always say, he called me Shirley, leave Shirley alone.
There's always one.
It's always one. Leave Shirley alone. Shirley gonna be fine. So again, your identity, as you begin to embrace who you are, you're not moved by the comparisons that people want to put on you to other people, especially in the family. Right. So as my sister was making it do what it do, I'm cheering her on. Go on, Nicole. Me, I'm good. I ain't going to do nothing. I leave house every day. Don't mean I'm going in the classroom. I'm just leaving out the house. Okay. And we didn't have no ADT, no alarm. So I could always come back in. No cameras. No. They didn't even know I was home and leave back out before they came home from work and then come home like I had been to school.
Lord Jesus. I'm not going to.
So I get the comparisons, but even as in a young age, not that I had it all together because God knows I didn't, but there were some things that I knew to be true about myself. And one of those things was, I'll go to school because y'all want me to, but I ain't interested. I'm not really putting forth no effort. I understand that even a D is passing. So if I can get that,
you good.
I'm good. Identity. You know, and so it don't have to always flow with the status quo. And everybody's not going to be happy with your identity, but as you own yourself, be your authentic self, people either going to fall in line or they can fall off.
Whichever one suits them best.
Whichever way they want to do.
Whichever suits them best.
Whatever suits them. So my last one, because I've had some instances and I'm know that there,
about this last one.
Yeah, I know there are some people that have experienced it, are even going through it right now, and don't really know what to do or have the confidence to do what they feel they should. Taking the stand in the workplace. Taking the stand in the workplace. So, in being in property management, I worked for an organization where the owner at one point had said to me, go turn off, go disconnect the lights and the gas for some of the residents, okay? Because in property management, if an individual chooses not to pay their rent, there's a process you got to take to get them out. There's no knocking on the door, throwing them out. It's a process that could take 6 months, a year, whatever. And
so he just gonna chop off.
And so he was like, they ain't paying no rent. They don't need no utilities. Go turn them off. I'm sorry, sir. Who are you talking about? Doing that?
That's good.
I'm not her. I ain't doing it. Now, mind you, I don't have no fear this way. I ain't doing that. I am not doing that. My daddy is not getting me for going in no basement and turning off somebody's lights and somebody's gas because they're not doing their part. I said, no, we got to stay on the right side of right and take them through the process. I'm not doing that. Now, if you got a problem and you want to put forth some repercussions because I said no, I just need you to put your request in writing. That was the end of that. However, that interaction on a number of levels, on a number of times, was not the same because she don't go with the flow.
Right.
She's not her. Yeah. And I know it. She good at what she
do. One.
She for what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yeah, she with the good stuff, the righteous stuff, the paperwork, all that, put her over there. But this other stuff, keep her from it.
Keep her from the grind.
Because if she know and they come ask her, she gonna tell it.
Yeah.
Because it is right here. I'm not her. Same thing with some people being in, and this I've heard from a lot of people, some people being in positions to where there's one that is over them on the chain and they feel like they can talk to you any kind of way. When they how is completely disrespectful. And some people have taken it because they're afraid to say who you talking to. For me, when you step outside that professional realm and think you're going to raise your voice at me or start cussing in the workplace, it's not professional, more it's personal. And with that, I have no problem taking my stand and saying, who are you talking to? I'm not her. Have you had any instances to where you had to let it be known, yo, that ain't what I do. I'm not accepting that. I'm not here.
Yeah. I almost got fired.
Come on, tell me.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta get to specifics, but
I had a job, and my job was security at this school.
Okay.
So they brought in a new person in administration that handled 3 campuses, and I was at 1 campus.
Okay.
And they felt that because we was on the west side and in a bad area, we need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's fine. Okay. I like security, I like safety precautions. But then it comes to a point where you're doing too much. I ain't finna follow a kid in the bathroom.
Come on. I'm
not finna be a male patting females down. You didn't pat them down. That's a woman.
Right, I'm not doing that.
You want to have the women on this side and the men come over here? I shake the boys down. I ain't got no problem with that.
Right.
Kid had the nerve at the end of the quarter to have me in the meeting. He came in my evaluation to say he needs to be written up.
Because of what you wouldn't do.
We had these type of times that this needed to be done. So the reason I say I almost got fired, because he wasn't yelling or nothing, but his arrogant demeanor of saying, and I just promptly said, like, who you think you are? He my boss.
Right.
And he don't even report to you. You on this side,
why
and I'm
you
on
even
this
in here? What you in here for?
So, you know, you and then I really got it. I was like, by the way, I'm recording this. Which I wasn't.
I know, but still.
I'm recording it.
You want to keep talking while I'm taping? You want to keep talking?
So all that just went into the thing. I'm like, and I let them know. I said, I ain't no punk.
See?
And that's exactly what I said.
I'm sure.
I ain't no punk.
I'm sure.
I said, we can do this right. We can do this return with attorneys. We can humbug. Yeah. And I guess the humbug was what almost got me fired.
Because now you feel threatened. You want to fight?
And if he'd have fired me, we would have been fighting. I tell you this, he got this car. He didn't come back over that no more. Wow. And it was another brother.
I believe it. And that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, we're going to get on that.
Yeah.
But sometimes in the workplace, you got to say, I ain't him, but you got to stand your ground.
That's right.
If it's right.
That's right. That's right. Because they're going to push you to try to do their dirty work.
If it's right.
They're gonna try to push you. They're gonna try to emasculate themselves. They just all of that. It's so much dysfunction in the workplace. So many people in leadership positions that use them for the wrong thing. That this is not the place for you to come and get your value, get your worth, so to speak. Go deal with your issues at home. Right. You want to come up in here and be all that, but go home and you know you go sit in the corner because somebody else is running that over there. Don't come over here with that.
The foolishness.
Don't come over here with that.
The foolishness.
Don't come over here with that. Don't come over here trying to make yourself feel like a man or a woman in the workplace because you can't accomplish that thing at home. Don't do that.
And one thing about it now, with society kind of shaping the way it is, there's a lot of policies and procedures that now covers you. So when you feel like they're pushing on you and that ain't you,
you can go talk to somebody.
You can go talk to somebody. And there's other stuff you can report outside your company, agencies and stuff. That's their job to make sure that these companies are doing the right thing. So that's kind of easy. The workplace. Because there's so many avenues, right? It's so many avenues, but you have to make sure that what's being done, what you're doing to cover yourself, and staying true to the game. And I tell anybody, if you're especially a manager or leadership role, you have to paperwork,
absolutely,
emails,
absolutely.
If you're doing pictures, you know, hey, this looks like this. You said property management, okay? I went to this building. This look like crap. Yeah, you got to do your due diligence. You got to cover yourself. And then when the manager say, "How come this look like?" Look, I sent out 3 emails. That's right. And we're working this, and this is what we're doing to get this. He go to pictures and all that stuff. So when you do that, if somebody really want to get on you, you're covering yourself. Then you realize who they really are. They picking with you. You know, like he said, sometimes if you don't have that confidence yet to have that hard conversation or to engage in that conflict, to say, look, yo, who are you talking to? There are means that you can take. There are people that you can go to. There's a reporting system that you can exhaust and exercise for you to still say the same thing, yet have the system say it for you until you get to that point, or until God calls you to that moment where, okay, it's time for you to stand up and let it be known. I'm not him and I'm not her. You know, so sometimes you gotta be, and let's go back to, you gotta have a connection with God. Because you gotta be able to, when this is going on, sometimes you gotta be like, Lord, if you're not strong enough to say it loud, like, Lord, I need you to, and sometimes I'm strong enough to say it. I gotta pray the opposite. Lord, I need to keep me the job because I'm about to tear this mother. Keep me down. Keep me down. You better knock them down. And then they'll get a call or something, or a page or something, and they have to step out the room. Give me a chance to regroup. We'll table this till later. So sometimes you got it's vice versa. That's good. So you really need him to be able to push you on the right path. That's good. But like you said, if you don't know your identity, and everybody, you got to stand up. You got to stand up. In the workplace, today's workplace, you got to stand up for yourself, because they will try you They would test you
and throw you under the bus. There's a reason they pushing you to do. Put your name on it.
So you go down there and cut off the gas and the lights, right?
Shelly did it.
Everybody gonna see
that it was
Shelly
me.
went downstairs because they're gonna make sure some people see, or the cameras gonna catch you, and everything. And they're gonna say, "Well, our policy, we don't do that. We don't do that. We can take them to court." Right. And she acted upon herself, and you like, we had the call. Oh, that's what we doing.
Absolutely.
Your word against mine, and he gonna say, "He goes the procedures. Why would I go against these procedures?"
Absolutely. Don't get it twisted. I say it all the time. Don't get the kiki twisted. We can laugh and joke, but you better be clear about who you are, what you in, and who you in it with. You gotta know, because they'll trip you up. They will trip you up. Forget throwing you under the bus. They will build the bus, be the bus, drive the bus, the whole nine with you underneath. Come on, with you underneath it, throwing hands up like Ferguson. I don't know nothing, even though they were the ones that say, "Yo, I need you."
They riled you up.
Absolutely. And even made it a requirement.
We ain't gonna go there.
Oh, okay.
That's like touching.
Okay.
One thing.
Yes, sir.
Remember when we said I ain't him and I ain't her?
Yeah.
What about that relationship that started as a boyfriend and girlfriend?
Okay.
When we get a certain age, are we supposed to say boyfriend and girlfriend?
You still should.
You still should?
Probably. So that y'all clear about what y'all win. This ain't it's not more than this. We more than friends, but we not that.
We're not that. So boyfriend,
we just trying this out.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so when you get that, you realize that you asking for some things, and that's not my path. I'm not on that path. So I'm not him. Okay. I'm not him, boo. That ain't where we want to go. At what point do you as a lady say, this good in bed it's evening up, it's teeter-tottering?
Okay.
How many of those I'm not him are you gonna sit around and take?
Now
you ain't in no marriage relationship.
You just dating.
Because it's different when you're in a marriage.
It's different. It is. But if not just we're dating, but if I'm clear on who I am, what I want, because sometimes you got to back your way into it. You don't always know what you want. You may know what you don't. And from there is revealed what you do want. So sometimes you got to check off everything you don't want to see what's left. Be like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is my list. As you said, shut up, Charlie.
I love my list. Get you a list.
Get you a list. I agree to some extent. Just leave a little room for flexibility with your list, because you may pass up something that's perfect for you because all the boxes not checked on your list. That's a whole nother conversation. So anyway, yeah, because sometimes you might miss out on the best thing because a couple of them boxes not checked, and then you give with the one that got all the boxes checked, and there's some things that you didn't think about, so you didn't put them on the list, and you end up trying to figure out what in the world did I do? How did I get here? Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're right, because I'm not him.
Yeah.
I'm not him.
Yeah.
I'm not him.
Yeah.
But because I'm not him,
yeah,
I probably need to check myself and see maybe I need to be him.
Maybe I need to be. But again, it's the relationship with the Lord, because He'll develop you. He'll mature you. He'll grow you up. He'll have you say, I know I said I wasn't going to do A, B, and C, but my authentic self, that's exactly who I am. But you don't know that until you get with Him. We made in His image, in His likeness. Not that of the world, not that of people that have tried to put or impress their identity onto us because they didn't live out their full purpose. So now they want you to do it. So they keep telling, oh, you should play basketball. And so that's not who I am. So at some point, this relationship with the Lord will help you to begin to see who you really are and shun some of those things that they don't have to be bad things. They could be good things, but they still not you.
True.
They still not you. So
that's that stand you talking about.
It's the stand. It's the stand. And you made me completely forget the question. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You answered it for me.
Did I?
You answered for me.
Okay. Amen.
You answered for me.
Because
when you take that stand at the end of the day, when you take that stand, you realize I'm not him.
Yeah.
But I also got to realize you're not her.
Yeah. And now remember, if I know what I don't want, and that is what you are, why am I wasting my time? Again, I've learned to look at myself and say, then why am I putting up with this? What's wrong with me? Do I not feel like I'm worthy of actually receiving what it is that I not only want, but that I deserve? What's my issue?
Ownership.
You good people, but you not. But you not it. And I need to be okay with that. And I can't use not want to hurt your feelings as an excuse to overstay in a relationship that ain't going nowhere.
I mean, that's powerful.
Because a lot of us, they're good people. But the truth of the matter is you don't believe that you can do no better. Even though it's not what you want, but you don't believe there's something in you that says, I can't do no better. I might not get another opportunity.
That's the color purple.
So I'm just gonna stay right here.
I'm gonna get beat.
But if I trust God and know He gonna do what He said concerning me, especially in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, I gotta be willing to say, not only I'm not her, but you not him. And I'm just gonna stay right here, be patient, and wait for the right thing to come along.
Like the prodigal son.
Yeah.
He got out there with the pigs and everything. Yeah. And he's like, wait a minute.
Why am I here? I ain't gotta be here.
I ain't him. I ain't gotta be like these people out here that's struggling. I got a heritage.
Yeah.
I got mansions.
Yeah.
I got butlers that eat better than me.
What am I doing?
Let me get on back to the crib.
Why am I settling? I don't have to do that. But do I love me enough to allow myself the opportunity to just be with me for a season? Do I like me enough to just be with me for a season? When you find yourself in situations that you know you should not be in, yet you don't have the strength to make the move to get out, that's when you really need to do your work. Okay, so what's going on with me? Why am I tolerating this?
Well, that's a different issue we get
going on. Yeah.
That's really different. You brought up something real good, because if I gotta like me.
I gotta like me. I want you to like me, but I don't like me.
So I can't take no stand. So I need the hammer.
Yeah. I need to smash myself.
Yeah. I need my hammer. Because girl, that we need to have another conversation about that at work and talk about that. Do you love you?
Do you love you? Do you love you? I'm trying some new things out with my t-shirts. And one of them, it says, who do you say you are?
That's good.
Who do you say you are? Not everybody else. Do you like you? That's why I encourage people, take yourself on the date. Spend some time with you alone. And I'm not talking about just because you're exhausted. I'm talking about you could be fully energized, but just to say, I'm going to spend some time with me. You will find there's so many people that cannot.
My sister, she likes to be around people.
They can't be by themselves.
Yeah, she likes to be around.
I love being
alone.
Me too.
You lock me up in the studio, and I'm telling you, I'm good. Just if you some food in the bathroom, I'm straight.
Because you gotta have the bathroom.
You gotta have the bathroom. But I'm just saying, you're right. Wait a minute, all this you're partaking with people.
Yeah.
You should be a life coach.
Shut up. When I tell you my producer here. So I actually am a life coach. That's the segment into it. I actually am a life coach. And again, it's all centered around identity. I've been through a lot in my 51, almost 52 years of life. And it wasn't until I tapped into my 40s, my mid 40s at that I really began to understand me, began to see me, like me, love me, despite the aura that I carried. My self-esteem was low to non-existent, but you would never know. We got to do our work. And I wish I had somebody that I could talk to to walk me through the process, to help me find the answers within myself. And so that's where my life coach, my position, my stand, what I'm doing now, that's where it came from. I just want to be able to help people like me so that you don't have to go as long by yourself, don't have to go as long lost. Let me help you find you. When I tell you it's freedom, it's so much freedom in saying, wow, this is me. I'm good. And no, I'm not like Charles. I'm not like my sister. I'm not like the person across the street. I'm me and I'm good. And from there, I blow me up. Me and Jesus together, me and God together, my cousin, the Holy Spirit together, we can blow this thing up, because from that stand of me knowing who I am, I also know that I can do anything within the realms of who I am. As long as I'm trying to do what look like success on your side and it don't match me, it ain't gonna never work. And each time I'm getting depleted, I'm being disgusted, I'm disappointed, and it's giving me those sucker punches that we talked about. But when I recognize and realize that's his success, that's his life walk, that's not mine. I gotta find my own and blow my box up. That's what my life coaching is about. So fam, I know we have gone a tad bit over time, but this conversation was just so juicy that we just kept talking. It's so juicy. So fam, before we leave, I just want to say to you,
you ain't tell them how they gonna get in contact with the life.
Okay, so I'm doing. Okay, so
I'll be right back.
Okay, God bless you. So check out my website, words_life.net. From there, you can tap into my Instagram, my Facebook. You can even tap into my YouTube channel, and you can look at what it is I have on there, blogs and things like that. But there's also a contact card that you can complete. It will send an email directly to me, and from there we can coordinate how we can meet up and just have a conversation together. This is what we call an introductory / a discovery session. And so by all means, I would love to partner with you and help you to become the authentic you that you were created to be. So before we get out of here, I just want to say, fam, there are some who have yet to take the time to heal from their trauma. They classify individuals in groups. They don't believe people can change. And sometimes they're just concerned with their own wants, their own needs. There are some of us who have to, for whatever reason, we have to periodically check in and say to ourselves, as well as those people I mentioned, that I'm not him and I'm not her. It's one thing to make that decree or that declaration. It's another to actually take the stand and stay there. So it's human nature to deflect, to subconsciously project, or to even see how far somebody can push the envelope. At the same time, it's within and by the power of the divine that we're able to resist those pitfalls of emotions, of potential guilt, flat out pressure, and remain true to who we are now, even if it means our now has become new as of yesterday. So until next month, take the time to check out my website and let me help you become the I am that you are. And as always, I love you to life. I see you soon. God bless.